what exactly are we seeing in the US regarding the progression of this virus, and crucially, why?
Yeah, well, we've just seen the 2 millionth case of coronavirus in the US, and now well over 110,000 deaths, and some worrying trend lines. If you remember, the previous hotspot in the nation, indeed the world, was New York. That's doing much better now. Other areas are recovering, but at the same time, more than 20 states are seeing significant increases. For example, Arizona up by 49%, Texas up by well over 30%. This is really worrying some of the experts. Now, as to the reasons why, there's certainly some evidence that moving out of lockdown is leading to this, just as the experts warned. There was a public holiday, Memorial Day, on May the 25th. And we saw images of people out socializing, not necessarily keeping physical distance, not always wearing face masks. And in at least some cases, that may have led to some of these spikes. And indeed, state governors now just are pushing ahead, reopening businesses, easing the lockdown, saying they're very reluctant to put that on pause. Indeed, there's only one state in the whole country, which is Utah, that is halting these reopenings. So really, it does seem to be all systems go, and we are seeing some worrying trend lines. Some hospitals ringing the alarm bells; they're running out of intensive care beds.
And David, financial markets have been rallying in recent weeks, but they have just nosedived across the world once again.
Yes, and in the US, the S&P index down by 6%, the Dow Jones down by 7%, more than 1,800 points. It's its lowest level since March. There had been a tremendous rally since March on the markets of more than 40%, as there was hopes that the US would turn the corner on this. Now, all of that said, it's worth remembering the stock market does not necessarily reflect the overall state of the economy, but this does suggest some pessimism about the direction that the US economy is going. Last week, there was some respite, a fairly positive jobs report that showed 2.5 million jobs created. That was better than anyone expected. But I think there are nagging doubts that while states are reopening, and that in theory is good for business, consumers could still be very reluctant to set foot in shops and go to restaurants. And if workers fall ill, that will naturally have a dampening effect on the economy. But certainly the rhetoric we're seeing from the White House is very much forge ahead with the economy, and we're hearing very little now about the public health concerns, and that really is troubling many experts.
David Smith, The Guardian's bureau chief in Washington, thank you very much.